What is happening, Lego World? Okay, this is Deez Bricks here from LLHU.GG and Minifig Empire. Behind me we have Darth Porgus the Unwise. This is the first video in a series. This is actually the first video in Lego, but basically we've been asked a lot about the data mining that we do on LLHU.GG. So I figured, you know what, let's just do a series, video series on it, and maybe we can just answer these questions all in one shot. So the first one we're going to do, we'll get it started here. Basically it is going to be the Master Wu event. I've had so many questions about this, so why not? Just let's dive right into it. Data mining, it's you're basically putting a piece of puzzle together. A lot of pieces, different fragments. You just put them together and get an idea of what you're looking at. So it's tedious. Things can change if they push an update and download data that just updates data. But so far we're doing pretty good and have been extremely accurate. So this data should help you, and it's not going to be like your normal videos you see. This is going to be basically just give you the data you need so you start preparing for this event. The data will also be, this will all be put up on LLHU.GG as well. So go ahead and go there and register when you're done. And after this, Greedos is actually going to make a video on characters you will need. If it's done by the time I post this, then I will put a link in the description to it. And also, if you want to watch these videos more, because the next one we're going to come out with is the Governor's event, or Governor's Family event, which is the one for Governor Tyranny and Lay Tyranny, the Imperials. They're going to be really good as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in here. So first question people asked is, what is the required unit for this? There's all sorts of speculation. Are we going to need City? Are we going to need Jogo? Are we going to need all those different things? So what you're going to actually need for this event is going to be pirates. So tier 1, Tempting Fate. Captain Master Wu wins the big ship race every year. So as the old pirate saying goes, if you can't beat him, blow him up. So basically what that's pointing at is, if you ever read the storylines and watch the little animations, they're actually pretty funny and pretty cool. So this one, it seems, as the story goes, you see it's almost like there's a ship race, or supposed to be a ship race between pirates and Ninjago. So they seem to just keep fighting along the whole way trying to get to the ship race. So your requirements are going to be pirate. What we found out as most likely the enemy stats for this one, it's going to be level 25 tier 3. So, pretty beginner level. If you're new to the game and you just started, well, you're probably not going to be ready for this event anyways. But for those of us who've been playing since launch or since soft launch, tier 1 is going to be pretty easy. Your possible enemies that you're going to see: Kai Stone Armor, Naya Possession, Zane Stone Armor, Skeleton Healer, Skeleton Attacker, and Skeleton Tank, as well as Master Wu, Lloyd, and Digi J. Now Digi J, he's not a character in the game. We haven't seen him before. Like I said, I don't know much about the Ninjago storyline, but apparently he's a pretty big deal for Ninjago lovers. So if you're one of them, you may be super excited about this. I don't know, but he's, from what it looks like, he's going to be in the event. Alright, so moving on to the next one. We have tier 2. Tier 2, losing control. Captain Master Wu has caught wind of our plan. He's got ninjas guarding every perimeter. So, enemy stats on this, you're looking at level 30 gear 4. Your possible enemy units: Kai Stone Armor, Naya Possession, Zane Stone Armor, the Skeleton, Healer, Attacker, and Tank, Lloyd Possession, and DigiJ again. So just like the first one, looks pretty easy. Shouldn't have a problem with it if you had a problem with the first one. Moving on to tier 3. So tier 3, Riding on the Walls. The ninjas are trying to hold out long enough for Captain Master Wu to set sail, throw an anchor into their plans. The enemy stats: level 35 gear 5. Alright, so this one you're gonna get some heavy hitters, it looks like. You got Kai, Naya, Zane, fitness instructor, highwayman, skeleton tank, Master Wu, Lloyd, and then this one's from Garmadon's army, the Great White. Like I said, I don't know much about Ninjago, but he's in Garmadon's army. He will be one of the characters in this level. So, highwayman, we all know he hits hard, but at Gear 5, we're not going to be seeing ultimates in Tier 3. So we don't have to worry about that. Fitness instructor, she heals a lot, as we know. But again, they're level 35, Gear 5. Master Wu deals a lot of debuffs. Lloyd has his stealth for everybody, but as we know, he doesn't have his dodge up anymore, so thank God. Alright, Tier 4. Starting to get to the intermediate level. Turn of Fate. Argenta blew a hole in their defenses. Now storm the Destiny's Bound, you sea dogs. Alright, so this one, the enemy stats are level 40, Gear 5. So you're starting to get to an intermediate level. This one also, you're going to see is the enemy units. Kai, Highwayman, Zane, Skeleton Tank, Skeleton Healer, Master Wu, DigiJ, Great White, and Garmadon. So if you look at their kits in game, they're pretty substantial. Master Wu and Garmadon. Highwayman, like we know, hits like a brick. None of them will have their ultimates because they're still Gear 5, so that's thank God. As far as DigiJ and Great White, I don't know their kits, but this is the first we've seen them mentioned. Well, we've seen them mentioned before, but we've never seen anything about what they're for or what their kits are. So we'll try to get more data on that and see if we can mine some more data on them. But until then, we just know that they're going to be in this level. Okay, Tier 5. Here's where it starts to get hard. And by hard, I mean pretty darn hard. So Tier 5, Destiny's Bound. The Destiny's Bound is ours, but Captain Master Wu is leading the resistance. Mutiny, well, sort of. Okay, so here you're looking at level 50 Gear 6. So that is basically what our rosters currently can max out at. You're going to have Kai, Naya, Zane, Skeleton Tank, Skeleton Healer, Master Wu. So you got him at Gear 6, so he's going to have his ultimate. DigiJ and Great White, don't know what their kits are. And then you have Lloyd. So those are some pretty heavy hitters. And they're maxed out as far as our rosters go. And here's the kicker that we saw in the data. Is it's starting turn meter, or PEP, 50%. So if you're not familiar with what PEP is, or turn meter, basically it's the calculation of who goes first, who goes when. It uses your speed and has a calculation that of multiplications, and whoever hits 100% first is the one who goes first. So if they're starting at 50%, they're already halfway to taking a turn, while you guys are starting at 0. So basically what it's saying is they're all going to hit you first before any of your guys get a turn. So you want to be prepared to get hit by all their starters right out the gate. So it's kind of like, if you're familiar with Galaxy Heroes, it's just like when you go into a preloaded in Territory Wars, when people would battle and leave them preloaded with turn meter. So you get blasted right when you get in. So that's something to keep in mind when you're theory crafting what you're going to use. And now, Tier 6. Tier 6, I'm going to be surprised, based off this, if anyone's able to beat it. I'm sure some people will. You know, that's theory crafting is the funnest part of these games. It's figuring, okay, this looks invincible, but how can we beat it? So, Tier 6, whatever Wu wills. Thanks to the pirates, both sides ended up missing the big race. And now Captain Master Wu wants revenge. Okay, so here's your enemy stats. Level 60, Gear 8. So they're 10 levels above what our max level is currently in game, and 2 gear levels above what our current gear levels are. And on top of that, you have Kai, Naya, Zane, big hitters, Clockwork Robot, who is the fastest character in the game right now, Garmadon, who hits hard, Master Wu, who hits hard, DigiJ, Great White, and Lloyd. Now, this one they said we found that they start with 75% pep. So Clockwork Orange or Clockwork Robot, he's already the fastest in the game. So if you go in with someone slow, potentially based on how they calculate their turn meter, each game has its own little tweaks to it. The concept is the same, but Clockwork Robot has the potential of going twice before you even get to go once. Some of your characters, if you're starting at 75%, because that's pretty huge. So this is another level. You're going to get hit hard right out the gate by level 60 gear aids. So anyone who has an ultimate is able to use their ultimate after cooldown. And you got some heavy hitters: Zane, Master Wu, Lloyd, Garmadon. And it's gonna be a pretty interesting level. So all the victory conditions for these were defeat all, meaning you don't have to keep somebody alive, you don't have to protect an ally, you just kill everybody that comes at you. And that's how you beat each tier. There was a twist that kind of looked towards something for the rewards. We're not going to put it in this video because it kind of made sense, but if it's wrong, we don't want to say look what you could get. But it's possible there is a unique twist with the rewards, and I'm not talking like a bad thing. I'm talking about there's possibly some more than Master Wu tiles. But like I said, I don't want to get your hopes up, so it kind of looked something like it was going towards that direction. So it's going to be it looks like it's going to be a cool event. I can't wait. My pirates, well, I don't know about tier 6, but up to tier 6, I think I'm ready. I'm not sure how the rewards are going to be passed out. We're going to still try to get that data. We just figured at least get you started so you can start preparing. Greedos, like I said, is making a video on to see what you're going to want to use in this event. So I'll put the link to that if he's done with it in the description. And also, if you want to, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. That way we can, if get enough likes, then we'll keep going with these series and keep giving you guys information before it's in game to help you prepare. So yeah, and then so added a few more things just for information. Even though those skeletons are basically filler characters, they really don't do much, but we have no way of just looking at their kits in game unless we're battling against them. So I went ahead and just put these together real quick here so you can just see what you're looking at. Skeleton and Jogo healer. Hollow Blast is just basic, deals 115% damage to target foe, so that's something to keep in mind. That's pretty substantial damage for a healer. Of course, I don't think we were going against them at maxed out when they were in there, but either way, if their abilities are maxed, that's pretty good damage, even though he's probably doesn't put out much to begin with. Ominous Healing is a special. It's a 3-turn cooldown. It was all active heroes for 55% of skeleton healers' max health, and supernatural health increases max health by 25%. So pretty standard sets, their abilities. So, but it's good to know what they're capable of doing. Skeleton and Jogo Attacker is basic. The Bony Wallop deals 100% damage to target foe. Hallowed Smite, 3-turn cooldown, deals 140% damage to target foe. Okay, so he can hit pretty hard. His passive, Protein Supplements, increases attack by 25%. So he's going to increase his attacks 25% and then deal 140% damage to that. So if it's a critical hit, then you figure now you got 140% damage on top of your crit, on top of your passive increase of attack. So something to keep in mind. In my experience, they don't actually hit that hard, but when you start to get to the upper tiers, it could be annoying. Lastly, you have your Skeleton and Jogo tank. Its basic is Hallowed Strike. Deals 99% damage to target foe, or 95% damage to target foe. Okay, yeah, pretty standard. Liquay status attack. Ethereal Pull, 3-turn cooldown. This one was interesting. Gains taunt for 5 turns. So potentially he could be taunting all the time unless you have a way of dispelling or you just outright kill him. Because you figure he's ready to hit taunt again and by his 3rd turn, and he's still got 2 more turns of being taunted. So that I found that interesting. So let's see how that goes. And then Surplus Calcium is passive. Increase defense by 25%. So just a few things to keep in mind. So that's it for that event. Like I said, this info will be up on llhu.gg, so go there. Hopefully soon on that site, as soon as we can, we're going to be able to get your rosters visible. In the meantime, we have tools there. You could search for players that are actually registered. You can find their in-game names and match it to their Discord IDs if you need to try to get a hold of someone if they're registered. So we also have a function where you can look up the actual guild. So if you see somebody, you see their guild, you can't find them, you can see their guild and see if anyone from their guild is actually registered, and then reach out to them, see if they can get a hold of them. So it kind of helps get people in contact, because as we found that there's not going to be really an in-game chat anytime soon, obviously because it's a kids game. Well, it's geared towards kids as well, and you wouldn't want somebody making their name like Deez Bricks or something in the game, so that could get weird having to explain that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and go ahead and subscribe and like. Like I said earlier, the next video will be on the Governor's Family event, which really looks cool. I can't wait. I love the Imperials. I can't wait for that meta and to get rid of the Castle Stalemate. So, hit subscribe, hit like, and go check out Greedo's video for what kind of teams you're going to want to put together to battle in these tiers. Alright, have a good one.